Get out of that garden and step into my arsenal. What's going on, guys, and welcome back for another episode of Scientific Arsenal, the show where I prepare you for the future of robots and radioactivity. Now, first off, before we get into the episode, I'd like to apologize because last week I did not upload an episode of Let's Talk Science on Saturday like I normally do. That's just because last week I was kind of thrown off on what day it was, just because I uploaded last week's Scientific Arsenal late because I was supposed to upload it. It's a long story, but basically, I was supposed to upload it on Wednesday. That didn't end up happening. I was gonna upload it on Thursday, but it wouldn't upload, so I didn't get it out until Friday. So I thought Friday was Thursday because it got uploaded, and I slept in and I got all mixed up. So I thought that Saturday was actually Friday, so I didn't get to record it all, plus I didn't have a topic ready or anything. So I'll have a new episode of this Saturday, and I'm actually more likely going to make Scientific Arsenal a Thursday series just because I never get it out on Wednesday like I think I'm going to. It's always on Thursdays or Tuesdays occasionally. But yeah, so I might just move this this series to Thursday just because it'll be easier for me to keep track of, I think. But yeah, so sorry about that. I'm going to have everything back on schedule. I've just been really busy with homework and stuff like that just because school's about to get back in session and I've got to get ready and all that kind of stuff, and it's just been really crazy lately. I might not be able to upload as much as I usually do, and I might not have the most interesting subjects just because I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to do research. We might have shorter episodes, I'm not really sure yet. But I'm going to try to jam in as many episodes as I can as fast as possible just because when school gets back in, it's going to be a lot harder for me to jam in episodes, especially because I'm not going to be able to upload during weeks, or during weekdays, like on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Scientific Arsenal might not be up for very long, or if it is still up, I might have to move it to Sundays or something like that, just so I can actually, just so I can actually record. Maybe I'll record it on Sundays and then upload it on Thursdays. I'm not really sure yet, but just with the amount of homework and stuff like that, I'm not gonna be able to upload every day, or not every day, but every week on a continuous rate like I have been, just because I'm not gonna have time. But yeah, so we'll worry about all that when that happens. But yeah, let's jump into the subject. Okay, guys, so for this week, we're going back to killer plants. Now, if you saw my episode of Let's Talk Science on killer plants, which, if you guys know this, I've been recycling episodes from Let's Talk Science into Scientific Arsenal just because you can make pretty much anything dangerous if it's in the wrong hands. So, I've just been recycling episodes just because I don't have any original ideas for Scientific Arsenal just yet. But once I run out of dangerous episodes on Let's Talk Science, then I'll start creating new episodes on Scientific Arsenal. But for now, we're just going to recycle old episodes. But yeah, so this week is on killer plants. I don't say killer ants. I've been watching too much Ant-Man. I seriously went and watched it 2 times. It's freaking amazing. You guys need to watch it if it's still in theaters for you. But anyway, yeah, so killer plants. So if you saw my previous episode, you will learn that there are 5 different types of plants. There's the pitfall, the fly sniper, the snap, the bladder, and the lobster pot traps. And all these different types of plants are carnivorous. So if like a fly lands like a Venus flytrap, then like it has like these little hairs that like accidentally touches the hair, then the Venus flytrap closes and eats it. That's how those plants eat, because they usually grow in dry areas where there aren't much water or sunlight. So because they can't get the nutrients they need, so they need to eat actual meat. So well, insects. You can't really consider insects meat, I don't think. But yeah, so these killer plants, I was thinking about it, and it's very, very unlikely, but pretty much anything is likely if you have that mindset. There might be a day in the future where a scientist decides to experiment a little bit and genetically mutate plants to grow amazingly. It might even be an accident. Things are discovered in science by accident all the time. Sometimes it's dangerous, sometimes it's not. But if a scientist does one day genetically mutate a plant to grow to an amazing size and it becomes extremely dangerous, then this is how I'm gonna help prepare for that. I'm gonna help teach you guys how to take care of those plants. Now, there are many people saying that, oh, that's never gonna happen, scientists wouldn't be so stupid, but if you saw my Scientists Are Stupid episode, you understand, scientists do things just to see if they work, not to see if it's a smart thing to do. I made a quote of Jurassic Park or stuff like that a long time ago, like, they were so preoccupied with whether or not they should, or whether or not they could, they didn't think to think about whether or not they should, or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of behind today, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to be there for you guys. But anyway, Smokey, hey boy, Smokey, hey. Yeah, he's sleeping. We'll leave him for now. But anyway, genetic mutation. It's been something that people have been dealing with for a long, long time. It's actually something that we do now all the time. Like, if you see crossbreeds, that's technically genetic mutation. If you see something that's bigger than it's supposed to be, like, for example, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but if you have something that's, like, they're normally small, but if somebody genetically mutates them to grow bigger, and, like, so that way the rest of the breeds after that will grow bigger, then that's genetic mutation. And you see it in movies, of course, all the time. X-Men. I actually am considering doing a lot more videos on mutation, possibly with X-Men, not really sure. But yeah, you see genetic mutation everywhere. You just don't realize it sometimes. So it would only make sense that genetic mutation would be used on plants, which it already is. It's just not used to make them like piranha plants from Mario, where they're like yay big, or even like monstrous big, and then you can't even control them. Now, even though scientists do genetic mutation all day, every day, all the time, he always is on that. He takes my spot all the time. Okay, back to what we were talking about. Even though scientists do genetic mutation all the time, and they just don't have any problems, it's only a matter of time until someone makes a mistake and they make a monstrous plant that generates other monstrous plants everywhere. Now, we can't exactly have these monstrous plants running around, so I developed a few different ways that we can take care of them if they do become a problem. Let's talk strategy. Now, the most important detail to keep in mind about plants is they cannot move. They do not have a nervous system of any kind. They are restricted to the soil that they are planted in. But if they were engineered to have a nervous system, they wouldn't be able to walk at all. At most, they'd be able to move around their leaves, their stem, their petal, their mouth, or whatever. But they wouldn't be able to walk, so you don't have to worry about their mobility being a problem. Now, if you can, avoid these plants at all costs. But if you can't avoid them, then there's a few different methods you can use for different types of plants. For example, taller plants, you're going to want to stay really, really close to the stems, so that way they can't detect you, I guess. And shorter plants, you're always going to want to attack from behind, because if it's a shorter plant, it's not going to be able to rotate, I don't think. But you're going to want to be very, very careful, because short plants have, though they can't move as well, I don't believe, they can still attack easier, because they're not as tall. But if you are going to attack these plants, always go for the stem, because the stem is what keeps them up, it's what feeds them, it's what keeps them alive. Now, if you go for the stem, then they'll fall immediately, but, however, it might be kind of hard to get to the stem. Now, of course, certain plants have different blind spots, so if you can, find the blind spot of the plant, and then, while you're in this blind spot, try to take down the stem a little bit. It might not be very easy, but it might be doable, and if it is doable, then that's your only chance at ever defeating the plant. Now, of course, different weed killers and plant poisons and other things like that might be able to take down the plant. I'm not really sure how well it might be able to take it down, considering it's genetically mutated. But if you're in the future right now and you're watching this, then figure out what your plant's weakness is first, and then use the different strategies against it. That's kind of obvious, though. But anyway, that's about the only strategy I have to take down killer plants. There's not much you can do about them, but they're not that hard to take down anyway, I don't think. Well, we don't really have them yet, so I would assume they're not very hard to take down. But that's about it for this episode, guys. So yeah, we don't have much else to say. You have anything to say, Smoke? No? You're sleeping? Goodbye. Alright, guys, well, that's all I did for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to tune in next Saturday for the new episode of Let's Talk Science. I might be going over mutation again, not really sure yet. Be sure to put down recommendations if you have any other ideas that you want me to talk about. I will be sure to check out the comments every single day. And be sure to also put down recommendations for more episodes of our Scientific Arsenal. They'll be up on Thursdays from now on, because I don't know how to tell what day it is, apparently. But yeah, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next Saturday, which is actually in 2 days. So I'll catch you guys very, very soon.